Okay, guys, welcome to Demo Day on January 29th here of this wonderful year, 2021. Yeah, we just are going to show off the progress on both of the products that we're still focusing on, the Death interface and the smoke signal redesign. So yeah, unless you have anything else you want to insert in there, Skulk, I'll just go ahead and launch right into that.
No.
Okay.
I mean, specifically, I'm just as a little meta point. I am happy that the price has gone up a little bit. Like, let's not focus on the price. Let's keep focusing on doing the right thing. But I am happy the price went up a little bit.
Yes, that is nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay, share screen. All right. So I'm a little afraid to refresh because let's see if that push that we just did doesn't break it. But okay, so this is smoke signal as we have it right now. We've cleaned up the header a little bit. And the main change now is you can post stuff. So if you connect your wallet, click on Compose Post, title. Right now the subject just defaults to, or the topic just defaults to miscellaneous, unless, can you change topics? No, not yet. Okay, so Compose Post, put your title, and burn some amount. This is ETH, of course, so I don't really want to burn 1 ETH. I probably won't actually do this transaction because it's really expensive right now.
Don't you want to just do it locally with Hardhat then?
Yeah, I can. But so this will work on mainnet. If you want to spend a lot of money, I'll just click, and you can see here with the gas is $23. So it's very expensive right now, which again, once we're done with this redesign, I think one of the next moves will be to scale it somehow. My vote would be to get it working on XDAI as a cheap win. Anyway, but let me reject that. Let's go to Hardhat. I'm also gonna have to start
Hardhat still connected.
No, I'm gonna have to start it. Oh, maybe it is actually. Let's just refresh and see if anything breaks. Okay, cool. But actually this will still be using the mainnet because we're using the smoke signal preview. Let me stop sharing for a bit. I'm also going to pause the recording and get this a little bit more prepared. All right, so we're back now. I've switched to my local development environment here. It's the same app, it's just using Hardhat, which is like when you run it, it clones the mainnet Ethereum and lets you do things on your own little copy of that. So if I post,
share screen.
There. Oh, I'm not sharing screen. How silly of me. Share screen. Okay, so yeah, if I compose post here, put in my title, and I'm going to burn. Should also switch to my test account here. Hardhat fake account. And since I'm a baller on this Hardhat fake account, I'll do 10 Ether, and I'll say, you know, some kind of message, whatever. Not too important, but we can do some markdown. And yeah, got a nice preview over here. Ultimately, we want this to actually be a full screen. So because when you're writing a long form post, you want to be able to use your whole screen for that. Wait for this to populate. There we go, confirm. Error, oh yeah, I need to reset MetaMask. By the way, Ronan, this might be the error you are running into. If I go to advanced and reset account, that will reset sort of MetaMask's internal bookkeeping. And now if I post this and go confirm, still failed, then try to refresh.
What failure did it give you?
I'll check now if it happens again.
I had to change the network ID in the RPC settings to get it working.
Oh. Yeah, now I'm getting the error that you got, Ronan, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I had to change the ID that it mentions there, 31337. I had to add that to the MetaMask RPC settings.
So the settings here.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, settings. Advanced,
Networks.
advanced.
Advanced, huh?
Oh, there we
Okay.
go. Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got that chain ID. So I have no more suggestions, unfortunately.
Huh. Weird. It was just working well. That's how demo days go sometimes. That's pretty unfortunate though. Hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, we did literally just get this working. So
Yeah, that's weird.
okay.
Well, okay,
you
that's
wanted
too bad. Yeah, go ahead.
okay, well, just open up one of the tests you did there previously. I think just scroll down to something like more interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not much here. Yeah, I mean, there's no one posting here yet because we haven't really released this yet. But
Okay.
yeah, one of the next things we're going to do, maybe we can get this done tonight, is to, when you click on these, you'll actually have a list of responses.
Okay.
So it'd be like a bit of a
Okay.
Reddit
Well,
thread. Yeah.
okay. So yeah. So I've got a couple of questions. Just okay. So the first thing is all right. So we've simplified the thing now to use Ether instead of DAI directly.
Mhm.
Are we still going to integrate the price oracle so that if the guy types in the number, he types in the dollar amount that he can actually relate to?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's still the plan. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then second thing is, I'm assuming lots of our styling is still incomplete at this point, basically.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So in other words, fonts in the background glow and that stuff, we're still going to we're still going to implement that with the designs that we have from Ingrid.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, it's definitely progress. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely progress. All right. So what else did we fix this week? What's on the docket for next week?
For next week, well, like I said, I think we were hoping by this Friday to get a lot more done, but at the very least get posting and replies done. But that seems like that will be pretty quick to get to. And then there's burning and tipping for a post, and then just a bunch of design around all that. I still seems like we should be able to do it by next week. So I definitely got my fingers crossed there.
Okay. And
Yeah.
mobile, are we still putting mobile a week after the finishing of the web design, or where are we estimating that at the moment?
Yeah, I still think a week out from when everything else is done is a good estimation. So let's say 2 weeks from now is the estimate. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty cool. And okay, so Death Interface, is that bad boy? Any questions, by the way, at this point, guys?
Yeah, first of all, any questions? No? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, this is the Death interface, just much cleaned up from the last time. You can turn your ETH into Death, or you can turn your Death into ETH. Once you put an amount in here, it'll tell you how much we'll take as a fee for the deposit, how much actual ETH you then end up putting in there, and and then the amount of Death that represents. Alternatively, if you have Death, this thing will populate here, and you can say how much you're going to return. And again, in ETH, you look at how much of a fee it's going to take and how much actual ETH you'll be able to redeem. So yeah, pretty straightforward. And you can just for convenience have these, different percentages. And yeah, not much more to go over there really. Just a nicer interface to the whole thing. And as far as the project goes, we're just still working on the new version of the contract and getting some tests to send it back to the auditor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. there any questions on any of that?
Thank you, Cook. Thank you.
Hmm?
Cook just said it looks promising.
Oh, cool. Yeah. There's a question here. Will XDAI function be introduced for death? My guess is that that's not really feasible because we would need the whole DeFi saver system to be implemented on XDAI, which I don't think it is.
Sorry, Sean, can you maybe clarify the question? Because what we sort of think with the product roadmap for the death thing going forward is death is basically a tokenized perpetual long contract on the price of Ether, right? I know it's a mouthful, but we'll probably make it for different pairs as well. So you can go like long Ether versus Bitcoin or long Bitcoin versus Ether, or basically any two pairs. When you say will XDAI function be introduced for death, do you mean, are we planning on scaling it somehow on top of XDAI, or how do you mean?
Yeah, that's what he meant. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, if I'm not really clear on what loan products are available on XDAI at the moment, but if somebody, for instance, took the compound or the Aave code and they've deployed that to XDAI, and there's some subset of tokens that are bridged there, then yes, in the future we'll be able to deploy the contract there as well. But that'll still probably be quite a ways off. I'm not really sure what I do see the numbers on XDAI going up considerably at the moment for the amount of value locked in there. So I'm not sure what people have built on top of there, but whatever we port will be dependent on, you know, on how much of an ecosystem there is by the time we port it.
Cool. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, that might be it for the demo day, unless you want to go over anything else, Skulk.
No, I think that's good. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome. We're about to end, by the way, Ronnie. Oh, wait, there is another question. Yeah, so we still have like a whole bunch of marketing plans. All of our marketing at the moment basically is, so the marketing is split up into sort of like two aspects. The one is the smoke signal use of marketing. So what we want to do with Smoke Signal is the moment that that's live, we want to go to a few YouTubers, most notably Chico Crypto, and essentially have them review it, right? And then sort of the push we want to do there is with everyone getting deplatformed at the moment. Yeah, with everyone getting deplatformed at the moment. What was that?
That was the Russian name we have here. I'm trying to mute him or perhaps kick.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I guess they saw the what's his face. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, so basically once we have Smoke Signal up and running, we're going to market that to everybody getting deplatformed at the moment. So yeah, so I think there's quite a large amount of people like that. How long have you been working on this project? When did everything start? Well, we've been at this about a year and a month, well, 2 years and 1 month now. So yeah, so that's when Logan and I started working on DieHard. Well, Logan started working on DieHard, and I seed funded some of that. Yeah, and the sale's been live since last year July, and yeah, and Smoke Signal's a little bit older than that, basically. Smoke Signal, we're basically rebuilding Smoke Signal at the moment, by the way. So there is a proof of concept version that's also up if you look at that.
Yeah. So if you want to go to smokesignal.eth.link, then that has the live version. I think the biggest downside to that right now is you need Ether and DAI. And then because it uses DAI, the gas cost is even more expensive than it would be otherwise, which right now is a pretty big deal killer there. I also just wanted to connect sort of the origin story. We started with DieHard, and then what brought us from there to Foundry is that DieHard is essentially a KYC-less exchange. And when we got to the point of starting to market it, we kind of got a little scared because it seemed like it would, I mean, if it delivers on the promise of essentially being an unhealable hole in currency control, then we don't really want to be the guys pushing that. So Foundry was born of a need to have an entity that can push those sorts of things for us, and that we're not responsible for. We're not in the line of fire when and if the heat comes. Cool. All right. Any other questions?
That seems to be it.
Okay. All righty. Well, thanks for coming to the demo day, and we will have another one next week, and hopefully have a lot more to show on smoke signal and death. Skulk, what do you think as far as a prediction for death for the next week on Friday? Where do you think things might be?
I think we could have it at the point where we can hand it over to the auditor again.
Okay.
I think once we just identify what shouldn't be under testing, we could probably decide on some subset of that and have it over to the auditor again by Friday.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
All righty. Okay. Cheers, everyone.